Peru. Land of towering peaks. Land of lost civilizations. Land of forests and biodiversity. Clouds wrap around ancient stone citadels. A condor glides silently over dizzying canyons. The desert stretches endlessly toward the ocean. Welcome to Peru. Welcome to the country with 28 different climates. Peru, then, is far more than a simple nation. It is a combination of three worlds. A country where the landscape changes almost with every step, and that keeps telling its story to anyone who visits. But now, let's discover the most incredible and iconic places of this nation. Machu Picchu. At 2,430 meters, or about 7,970 feet, between two Andean peaks wrapped in fog, a city hides that perhaps no one was ever meant to find. The Inca built it in the 15th century, fitting granite blocks together without mortar, without any type of binding material. And it worked. For centuries, the walls have withstood earthquakes and tropical rains, thanks to a drainage system hidden beneath the ground that still channels away 80% of the rainwater today. The terraces, those step-like platforms carved into the slope, were not only used to grow corn and potatoes, but also stabilize the terrain, preventing landslides. Every stone here had a precise function. In the 16th century, the city was abandoned, and the forest reclaimed everything. Until 1911, when the American explorer Hiram Bingham rediscovered it almost by chance. Lake Titicaca. The highest navigable lake in the world sits at 3,812 meters, or about 12,500 feet, straddling Peru and Bolivia. A freshwater expanse so vast that, from its shores, you cannot see the opposite bank. Here, for centuries, the Uros people found a solution to a very real problem: defending themselves from enemies. And they did it by building artificial islands. Totora, a sturdy reed that grows thick along the shores, is harvested, dried, and woven in overlapping layers until it forms floating platforms. And on these platforms, everything gets built: houses, schools, even watchtowers. The bottom of the island, however, rots in contact with the water, forcing the inhabitants to add fresh layers roughly every 2 weeks. The starting point to reach the islands is Puno, a city of about 150,000 people nestled on the western shore of the lake. Here, the Aymara and Quechua cultures have coexisted for centuries. They come together in crowded markets, colonial churches in the center, and a textile craftsmanship tradition among the richest in the Andes. Nazca Lines. In the southern desert of Peru, we find spiders, hummingbirds, monkeys, and straight lines stretching for kilometers or miles. And all of them are invisible from the ground. The Nazca people created them between 500 BC and 500 AD, removing the dark stones from the surface to reveal the lighter layer beneath. A simple technique, almost trivial, and yet the result has endured for 2,000 years. This is because rain here is almost non-existent and wind is nearly absent. What these figures were actually for, still no one knows for certain. Perhaps astronomical calendars, rituals to summon water, or ceremonial pathways. Theories pile up, answers do not. Amazon River. It begins as a thin stream in the Peruvian Andes at over 5,000 meters, or about 16,400 feet. Then it descends, and as it descends, it grows. Tributaries, rains, and glacial melt. Everything converges. By the time it reaches the Atlantic Ocean, the Amazon River discharges roughly 200,000 cubic meters of water per second, or about 7 million cubic feet per second, enough to fill 60 Olympic swimming pools every second. Its basin covers an area nearly as large as Europe. Within it, 10% of all known animal species live. Pink dolphins, anacondas, piranhas, and catfish as long as 3 meters, or about 10 feet, swim these waters. The surrounding forest works like a lung, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. But it is also a living pharmacy, because a quarter of the active compounds used in modern medicine come from these very Amazonian plants. Cusco. Long before the Spanish arrived, Cusco was already the center of everything. It was the capital of the Inca Empire and the starting point of a road network that connected territories from Ecuador to Chile. And when the conquistadors arrived in the 16th century, instead of tearing it down, they built on top. The result today is a 2-layered city where you only need to look down to find a different era. It is also the departure point for those heading to Machu Picchu, but the historic center alone is worth the trip, with its stone alleys, crowded markets, and that constant feeling of walking on top of something far more ancient. As our visual journey through Peru comes to an end, we have traveled through the lush Amazon rainforest and all the way to the vast Pacific coast. We have explored not just landscapes, but the stories, the curiosities, and the spirit that make every corner of this country extraordinary. May these images and tales inspire you to experience Peru yourself, to walk its mountains, drift along its rivers, and feel the heartbeat of a land unlike any other.